This simple way that you see yourself can change your life. It can start a positive chain reaction of events that takes your life in a new, beautiful, positive direction. But it starts with how you see yourself. Now, this is something I didn't really embrace until my later 40s. But it's done positive things for me. Hopefully it continues, and now I want to pay it forward to you. So it starts with this. It's a good and a bad. It's a floor and a ceiling. The bad part is you are the problem. You are the problem in your life. It's you. The good part is the solution is you. So we'll start with the bad part. So everyone's got faults. Everyone's got holes in their game. Everyone's shit stinks. So it is what it is. But here's the thing. A lot of times in life, I'll go so far as to say maybe 80% of the time, the things that get you down, the things that you don't like that's happening in your life, you think that it's external things that's making you unhappy, that's making you unsuccessful, that's getting in your way. But really, most of the time, it's you. It's in what you do. It's in how you perceive things. It's in how you relate to people or don't relate to people. It's in the effort that you put in or don't put in. Most of the time in life, I'll say maybe about 80%, the problems, the bad things in life that we don't like, we kind of think there's an external solution. And we can point the finger and say, if that was different, if they weren't like that, or if I had that opportunity, yada, 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 we point outward. But once you start to realize that in your life, most of your problems, most of your issues, most of the things that you really want to change, it's you. It's you. But what's that saying? You can't see the trees for the forest? It's so hard within your perspective to see who you are. You can get a grasp on the things that you've seen, but you haven't really looked at yourself. And when you do kind of change things and accept the floor, accept the minimum, embrace the bad, you are the problem. The bad things about you, yeah, maybe most of them are true. Maybe some of them are true. Near proximity, it's close. Yeah, sure. But here's the thing now. You have to embrace, you have to really truly acknowledge that you could have done different. That the problem starts with you, that you are the roots. Are you the roots of your tree, or are you the leaves? You're the roots. So the problems, the bad things in life, the things that you really want to change, your whole life, your teenage years, high school, college, all the way adulthood, all the way up into Gen Xer, baby, young Gen Xer in my late 40s, but even going all the way up, the problems in your life, 80% of the time come from you. Embrace that, acknowledge it and embrace it. I could do better. And once you put your feet on the floor, once you put your feet on the ground, and you appreciate that that's what it is, you can then confidently start to look up. You can then start to realize that that then means that if I can change, I could improve my situation. Instead of me always looking outward for an external solution, external reasons why I'm not succeeding, external reasons why I'm not happy, external reasons why things aren't working out. If I can put my feet on the ground and say, yeah, but you know what? Amongst all of that, it's still you. There's different people that fit into those situations, different people that stir up different feelings and emotions in you. There's different people that mix into the math. But you are always on the other side of that equal sign. It's always been about you. So yes, people do things and you react to it. Yes, our actions are fueled by feelings. Yes, people make you feel. But they don't make you act beyond what you really want to do. So what I'm getting to is if you can appreciate your floor and say, this negative, this bad thing, this whatever it is that I'm not happy with, it's my fault. No. Let me stop that. Don't use the word fault. Don't use the word fault. Just acknowledge it. Accept that you play a part in it. Accept that it equals you. And when you do that, don't do the fault part, because then that could take you down a negative road of boo-hoo me or depression. I'm not meant to have anything good. Don't do that. Don't go, it's your fault. Just acknowledge that you play a role in it, that you are on the other side of the equal sign. Because when you do that, mathematically, if you do this to one side of the equal sign, you got to do this to the other side of the equal sign, and you can start to change up the equation. So what I'm saying is when you put your feet on the ground and you acknowledge the problems in your life, they're because of you. I got this great book. It's probably one of my favorite books. I call it my strategic Bible. It's the 33 strategy. I'm not endorsing this or trying to get you to buy it. I'm just telling you. It's called the 33 Strategies of War. I think it's by Robert Greene. Anyway, there's a certain portion. Go check it out. It's a really great book. For Sigma males, deep thinkers. If you've seen any of my videos, I'm a Sigma male, and so we're strategic thinking. Anyway, it's a great book. But in that book, it talks about how our feelings, our emotions, in a lot of ways, they poison us. Now, it's not just poisonous. They infect us. It could be a good infection. It could be a bad infection. You can see something that no one else sees and it moves you to tears. And someone else can see something no one else sees and it moves them to anger. But my point being is your emotions season. It colors. It provides detail to what ends up becoming your actions. So what I'm saying is and what the book was saying is 33 Strategies of War. In a portion of that book, it essentially is saying how there's so many ways in life in which your emotions, the way that it touched you, the way that it made you feel, is really what the root of everything was. And then you made your actions and the world reacted to it. But if you didn't feel that way about it, good or bad, if you didn't feel that way about it, your actions would be different. The way you look at it would be different. So I can't get into all of the details in life. I don't want this video to be too long. But my point being is, when you can acknowledge a lot of the issues in your life are based upon your actions and how you see things, then you can get to the solution. You can get to a better solution. You can change the equation. Now that your feet are on the ground, on the floor, you can look up at the ceiling, at the sky. Because now you realize that if I'm the problem, so take for example, different people, you're not happy. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass off the top of my head. Say you're not happy with like your appearance, your weight. You started to go work out, you put in the activity in the different ways that you can. And I got different videos. Go check out the catalog where I talk about different ways that people throughout the years can maybe get in some good physical exercise. But you get in some good exercise, you try to, and it's just not working. It's just not getting you to where you want to be physically. You're just not getting into where you want to be weight-wise. But you doing it, you trying, you getting in the mix and trying to make this change, that is positive mentally. It might also still have that positive physical effect if you keep doing it, keep at it, yada, yada, yada. But it's all a positive. And if you can change in your mind instead of looking at the external and just saying, hey, I want to change my routine. I can't guarantee that changing my routine is going to get me to the objective that I want to get to, but I for goddamn sure know I will never get there if I don't change. So the real win becomes in you changing. And many times that change does get you to that objective. It does get you closer. A lot of times you don't know this. People are looking at you and they see that you're making a change. And it inspires them. It shuts up some of the haters, but it inspires some other people. So what I'm saying is when you still look at the external is so rough. The external is so unforgiving. The external is what you look at in the mirror and sometimes you're like, is that fucking me? Oh, hell no. What the fuck happened? But when you change, when you appreciate, when you beautify the internal, nothing can fuck with you. That's when you win. And it changes how you see things. It changes your perspective. It changes how you feel about things. Remember what I'm saying? You can see that same thing that everybody else is seeing and it makes you mad. Now you're seeing things and it makes you, it brightens you up. You become the light in the room. Why would you ever fear the dark? Why would you ever fear the unknown? Why would you ever fear the haters when you're the light in the room? So, but you can only do that when you embrace the fact that, yeah, I am fucked up. I am the cause of many of my problems. But then that also means that I can be the solution. And if you're not in too deep of a depressive state, if you can look back at different things in your life, you can see where you have been the solution. Maybe in the present form, you can see where you have started to make positive change. I've gotten out here over the summertime, warm weather months, gotten out here and hooped, physically when I could, gotten out here and been physical, active, getting in the swimming pool, wave pools, batting cages, doing different things. And I can feel it in my body. But more importantly, I can feel it up here. I can feel it here. I can feel it in my psyche. And it starts to have this add-on effect where now you think you can get things accomplished. Other things that maybe you didn't feel you could do or you couldn't do well, now you're like, let's try it. Let's go for it. Because I recognize that it starts with me. It starts with me on a certain level, gaining control, gaining a certain power, gaining a certain command of me. So it was never about them. It's never about you. It's always about me. And when you can accept that and embrace it, then as you start to change you in a positive way, you can't change you for the outside. And you can't change you from the outside. When you start to say, you know what, I said I was going to get up and go play basketball. It's going to be hot today. I don't want to be out there hooping when it's hot, and I kind of want to get in a solo session. I don't want to necessarily be around different people who are messing up the game. So that means I got to get up at 7 in the morning. Make sure I'm out there, blah, blah, blah. Make sure I'm at the court at 8. This personal story. Over the summer, me out here hooping, me changing my routine, me trying to get healthier, lose a little weight, get a little tan, all these different things that started with me and what I do. I was getting out to the basketball court early. There's a particular court that I like to go to because they don't have double rims. It's a nice little court, still got the paint on and all that. So I go to that court, play on that rim, take my little speaker there. I'm playing nice music that I like to listen to, some good GenX millennial rap, some newer stuff in there too. But anyway, there's one particular dude, I don't know if he's coming home from partying, if he's coming home from work, driving by in his whip, see me out on the court, 7:45, 8, 8:15, 8:30 in the morning, hooping, summertime. You're like, I see you, OG, you a real one. And I didn't need that external. The external needs to be the sprinkles on the top. The external is like, oh, I didn't even know you said that. Because you won internally. I won because I was out there doing what the fuck I said I wanted and needed to do. And now I've lost a little weight, feeling a little healthier mentally and physically. And now that a win, that what do they call it? When you get like a nice little boost of, it's not adrenaline. I can't think of it. Maybe I'll put it in the description. But when you get endorphins, it's not endorphins. Anyway, when you get a nice little reward for doing something and it makes you feel good, the video game people and social media hook it up into their apps. I can't think of the name right now. But you know what I'm saying? You get that reward. You get that reward, dopamine. You get that reward, and now you want a little bit more. Now you want a little bit more. The dopamine hit that you get from external, I'll close the video out on this. The dopamine that you get from the external is never as sweet, and it's always the shortest. The dopamine hit that you get from the internal, from doing it for you, for being who you are, for putting yourself out there, you know what I'm saying, for making the changes that you want to make, that dopamine hit, it's a multiplier. It's a multiplier. And then you got the haters out here looking at you like, how you walking on air? Why you so special? And you got other people looking at you like, I remember this motherfucker was crawling on the ground, and now they floating on air. What's the secret? So this your boy just dropping some perspective from a young Gen Xer out here, you know, trying to make it happen. But when I thought about that, when I really embraced it, it changed a lot of things in my life. I still got holes in my shit, but it changed a lot of things in my life and put it in a more positive direction, realizing that the problem and the solution, the cure and the cancer, it's you. So anyway, let me know if you agree, disagree, got some life experience, whatever. Pay it forward. Share that shit with us. But I'll holler at you.